Hello and welcome to your favorite cloud learning channel, Cloud Expert Solutions. And welcome back to AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate Certification Bootcamp. In this module, we are shifting gears slightly to talk about moving entire applications to the cloud, not just the databases. AWS provides a suite of tools for what they call the migration journey. And for your AWS certification, you need a high level understanding of how these services work and how these pieces fit together. We will use animations and diagrams to keep it conversational and figure out when to use which tool. Let's review the roadmap for today's session. As usual, we'll start by reviewing what problem do the AWS migration services resolve in the real world. Then we'll review high-level overview of all the services, and we will start with Application Migration Evaluator, then Application Discovery Service, Application Migration Service, and AWS Migration Hub. Then we'll stitch all the services together and we'll review how all migration components work together. During the certification exam, you may need to match the service name with the keywords. That is why we have a dedicated slide to cover the use cases and compare them side by side. And as always, we'll finish up with a quick summary and key takeaways for your certification preparation. Let's jump in. Let's review the core challenge every organizations face when migrating applications or services from on-premise data center to AWS. Because moving one server is easy, however, enterprise workloads will have upstream or downstream applications, complex dependencies, and interconnected components. When you need to move hundreds of interrelated services with complex dependency, that's a headache. And the problems are typically threefold. First, the complexity. How do you figure out which server talks to which and what application is running where, and then the impact of moving just one piece. Moreover, what server configuration and how much vCPU or RAM is required to run the application smoothly in cloud. Next is downtime. How do you execute the physical migration without taking the business offline or down for a week or even more? And last but not least, cost. What is this all going to cost and what resources will I need in the cloud? The solution to all these problems are AWS Migration Service Suite that takes away all the migration heavy lifting from you with defined services. The first one, AWS Migration Evaluator, it takes care of the cost assessment and total cost of ownership or TCO calculation. This is also called Bill of Material or BOM, and TCO will provide the post-migration projected run cost at cloud. Next, AWS Application Discovery Service. AWS Application Discovery Service will monitor your on-premises application landscape and it will create the network topology and dependency mapping. It also collects port and protocol requirement for the application's interconnectivity. Next one, AWS Migration Service. AWS Migration Service is actually migrating the application or data from on-premises to AWS Cloud. And last is AWS Migration Hub, which is a single monitoring dashboard from where you can track your entire migration progress. Now let's start at the step 1 or the very beginning with the evaluator, which is AWS Application Migration Evaluator. This is the cost assessment tool and you will run this before you even start planning with technical migration. It automatically gathers information about your on-premise servers, that is CPU, RAM, storage, and also all other utilizations, and then it gives you a data-driven business case for migrating the application to AWS. It will recommend specific EC2 instance type and storage options where your applications will be hosted in cloud, and it will also provide a projected cost analysis. In short, it generates a data-driven business case and projected cost analysis for migrating the application to AWS. Now let's review the use case. Maybe to approve the cloud migration, the CFO of your organization asks, how much money will we save if we move these 50 servers to AWS? In that case, you run the evaluator to get the answer. Moving on, now your CFO is happy and you need a technical plan. Enter the AWS Application Discovery Service. This is phase 2 in the application migration process, and this is the dependency mapping and data collection tool. You deploy an agent or use agentless approach on your on-premises host. Now let's review when to use agentless versus agent-based discovery. You should use the AWS Application Discovery Service Agentless Collector when you need a quick, broad-level discovery of your VMware or database environments without installing software on individual hosts. Agentless discovery is best for large, complex environments where the operational overhead of deploying and maintaining agents on thousands of services is a significant challenge. On the other hand, you should use agent-based discovery or AWS Application Discovery Service agent when you require deep, detailed insights into server performance, running processes, and application network dependencies. For non-VMware environments, the agent-based method supports any Linux or Windows server regardless of the underlying virtualization platform, and this is a must-have for any physical server. It automatically maps all your network dependencies like server A talks to server B on port number 8080 and the protocol is HTTP, and it also collects performance data. Then it will provide you a network topology or dependency mapping. And here is an example of the network topology that it has collected the data and generated the upstream and downstream system mapping. In terms of use case, when you need to figure out exactly which servers are part of the CRM application stack and how they communicate so you can move them as a group without breaking anything, you should use this tool. Now let's review the agentless and the agent-based discovery because this is very vital for the AWS certification, and we will review different features. To start with, deployment. As the agentless collector does not require you to install anything, that is why it is easier and faster, and you need per vCenter environment. However, when it comes to agent-based collector, there you need to install the discovery agent in every node. That is why it is time consuming. The host supported agentless collector is ideal for VMware virtual machines. However, agent-based collector is must for physical and you can use for VMware, Hyper-V or any type of nodes. Next, the data collected. Agentless collector, it's only collect configurations, utilization metrics and database information on a very high level. However, agent-based collector, it collects deep level information, all the agentless data that you are collecting, on top of that process level information, network dependencies and all. Moving to network data, agentless collector does not provide or it provides limited information on the network data. However, the agent-based collector will provide you a detailed network topology diagram and also the network port and the protocol information. Next is performance impact. Since you are not installing anything on agentless, there is no impact on host performance. However, for agent-based, there will be minor CPU uses on the host server. And last but not least, use cases. Agentless collector is broadly for inventory or database discovery or even for quick assessment. However, agent-based collector is for detailed migration planning or if you have physical nodes or servers. Moving on to AWS Application Migration Service. This is phase 3 in the migration process, and AWS Migration Service helps moving actual data to AWS Cloud. AWS Application Migration Service, which was previously known as Cloud Endure Migration, is the automation tool for your entire migration process. It uses continuous block level data replication. Essentially, you install an agent on your source server. It could be physical, virtual, or even in other cloud, and it start mirroring the disk to a staging area in your AWS account in real time. When you are ready for the cutover, it converts the server into a standard AWS AMI, and then you can launch an EC2 instance. In terms of use case, when you need to perform a lift and shift migration, or if you have thousands of physical servers and you want to migrate them to EC2 with minimal downtime, then you should use AWS Migration Service. Now, if you are looking for a single dashboard or a single pane of glass, then AWS Migration Hub is the single dashboard that brings everything together. You can track your entire migration journey from this dashboard. Here is some snapshots of the AWS Migration Hub, and here you can track your entire migration journey. As per in the first screen print, you can see maybe the marketing application migration is completed. However, the inventory app with 10 servers, the migration is still in progress. Please remember, it's not a migration tool, it's a control center. AWS Application Migration Evaluator, Application Discovery Service, and Application Migration Service all report their status into Migration Hub. It gives you a centralized view of your entire migration project, which applications are discovered, which are running, which are migrating, what the status is, and which have been cut over. In terms of use case, if you are the project manager and if you are looking for a single pane of glass or a dashboard to track the progress of the entire migration initiative, then this is the perfect tool for you. Now let's visualize the end-to-end process. This is a typical cloud migration journey when you have a messy on-premise data center. Now you want to migrate all the data, that means the applications and the databases, to AWS. Ideally, you have 4 stages. The first step is assessment. That means you start with the assessment and evaluation to build your business case and the cost model. After that, the next step is planning. Then you map the dependencies and gather the technical data. That means which chunk of applications to move together, which to move first, which to move next, and all those details. And the third step, when you actually migrate the application. When you migrate the application, you should use some tool which will automatically replicate the data and launch the new EC2 instances during the cutover. And throughout the process, what you need to monitor all the service reports into a central dashboard for every status tracking. Now, I believe you have already identified the service mapping. If not, let's map the services together. For the assessment process, you can use Application Migration Evaluator. For the planning process and identify the dependencies, you can use Application Discovery Service. For the actual migration, you should use Application Migration Service. And for monitoring, you can use Migration Hub. Now, here is a quick reference guide for the certification exam, because during the certification, you need to match the service name with the keywords. If the question mentions a business case or cost analysis or TCO or total cost of ownership or bill of material, then you should think Migration Evaluator, because the primary purpose of Migration Evaluator is cost assessment. Moving on, if the question mentions that mapping dependencies or collecting performance data or discovering network topology or identify upstream or downstream application before your migration, then you should use Application Discovery Service. If the question is saying lift and shift or minimal downtime or using a word like block level replication, then it is hinting towards Application Migration Service. And finally, if the exam asks for a single dashboard or to track progress, then Migration Hub is the answer for you. For the AWS certification, you must remember the scenarios or the use cases when you should use agent-based versus agentless discovery. And AWS Application Migration Service does not have any traditional license fee. It has up to 90 days of free use period. However, after that, it follows the pay-as-you-go usage charge structure, And during the migration process, AWS provisions temporary EC2 instances and EBS volumes, and that is to stage your data in your AWS account and to facilitate the continuous data replication process. Now, irrespective of your application migration service free period or the paid period, you are responsible for the cost of the specific EC2 instances or the EBS volumes that migration service will provision to stage the data. That wraps up this module. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more AWS exam preparation courses and cloud certification bootcamps. Got questions or feedback? Drop them in the comment. We love to hear from you. Thanks for learning with us at Cloud Expert Solutions. You are now one step closer to crushing your exam. See you in the next module.